Hello guys and girls, and welcome to another Sunday afternoon chat and an up-to-the-minute update on Chris. I'll just do that up-to-the-minute update real quickly right now. What she's doing right now is taking an afternoon nap. That's right. After lunch this afternoon, I told her, I said, honey, do you want to watch some of the baseball game or do you want to take a nap so you'll be good and awake when Jamie gets here after a while? And she said, I want to take a nap. And so Jamie, my son's coming down this evening, and I'm going to loan him a Kawasaki mule to use at the Keys High School football games. We're a Kawasaki dealer, and we sell lots and lots and lots of mules, Kawasaki jet skis, four-wheelers, all of the above. But we can't get them. Every time we get them in, they're sold out. So he's actually going to borrow one of my mules and take back to use at the high school football game. So Jamie's coming down, which is always a treat to have my son come down to the ranch. Even though he's only going to be here tonight and tomorrow, we've got to leave early in the morning and head to Tulsa for rehab. We'll talk about all that in a second. Before we get going too far, it is a hot, hot day here in Oklahoma. We got a little breeze blowing, and we've just had some clouds come in here. And the clouds, I'm assuming, are a little of the outer stuff from the hurricane that's down in Louisiana right now. And so, first of all, everybody in the country needs to think about those folks down there. I got a lot of really, really great friends in South Louisiana, and they're being pounded by that hurricane down there now. I think it's been downgraded to a tropical storm after it hit land, but it hit at about 140 miles winds was blowing, and so they're going to have torrential rains down there, and there's going to be some damage. So just add that to your prayers. Add those people to your prayers down there in Louisiana. And that storm's going to turn and then head back up toward the east, the southeast, and going to dump a lot of rain. A lot of places will need that rain, a lot of places won't, but mainly pray for those people down there in South Louisiana. Yeah, just add them to your prayer list. Somebody else you ought to be praying for, of course, is our country. You ought to be praying for the things that's happening over in Afghanistan. I was watching today as they brought 13 soldiers back in an airplane and in a casket, and it just tore my heart up to see that. And I couldn't help but think, and my son's coming down here today to see me, and those are somebody's sons and daughters in those, and it's just a shame that there's evil in the world where you just kill people just because they're different. They serve a different religion. They're from a different country. They believe different things, and so and not only there was 13 Americans killed there was 170 some odd other people killed. So it's just amazing how much evil there is in the world, and there's evil all over the world. There's evil here in our country just like there's evil everywhere else. But it seems to me like that there's a lot of evil in the hearts of a lot of people over there where that happened. But it's just amazing to me. Let's talk about Chris real quick. I've got her here at the ranch with me. That's been a tremendous blessing. I just feel like it's just such a blessing to have her here. She's a handful to take care of. I'll add that to you right now. But Chris is sort of in a holding pattern, it seems to me like right now. I mean, of course, I'm with her every single day, 24 hours a day, and I go to bed usually about 2 o'clock in the morning, which is about one of the times that she just gets up to go to the bathroom, or she wakes up and I take her to the bathroom. But so that works out pretty good, and then it's usually about another 4 or 5 hours before she wakes up again, and which is about the time that I'll be getting up anyway. So it works out pretty good. Every now and then I'm sound asleep and she wakes me up and needs to go to the bathroom, but she's sort of in a holding pattern right now. I think that her left leg is reacting, her right leg is reacting a whole lot more as I move her around and take her in and out of the chair and on the bathroom and stuff like that. And her speech has sort of hit a real stumbling block. There's a few things she can say that's intelligible, but most of the stuff doesn't really make any sense right now. And I don't know exactly what that is. If that's just, I just don't know. But it's just, she sort of hit a spot in this. I think about my buddy Tim over there down there in Louisiana, and right in the middle of the storm down there right now, as a matter of fact. But when he had his stroke, it was 6 months before anybody could understand the word he said. So, and you can understand him just fine now. He speaks perfectly well, and Chris will speak perfectly well again also. And we're, I guess tomorrow might be 21 weeks into this. I think it's 21 weeks. I sort of lose track of everything, it seems like, anymore. But I'm still believing every bit as strong that God is going to heal Chris. I believe she'll be walking. I believe she'll be talking. I believe she'll be doing all of that just fine. And my faith has not been shaken a bit by this 21-week period of time. If anything, my faith got stronger. It's got stronger. I think it has shaken Chris's faith. It's more difficult for her to believe all the time that she's going to be healed. And when I put her to bed at night, many times she does break down emotionally, and she just feels like there's no hope. Can I tell you there's hope? And I tell her, I keep telling her all the time, honey, you're going to be fine. You're getting better all the time. And she can see that she's not really getting that much better right now. And she has some times, like a couple of weeks ago, there's just a lot of things she said that we understood perfectly. And now it's almost nothing, seems like. But she can read. She's strong on that left side. She's got a lot to be thankful for. She's alive and breathing. And that stroke came just that close to taking her life, but it didn't. And and I just believe she's going to be healed and be healed completely, and I'm believing that. I'm not giving up on that. I'm praying for that. I'm thanking God for healing her, because He is. And it's more difficult for Chris to understand that right now. And I'm going to tell you, that lady's got a lot of faith. She's got a lot of faith, but it's a challenge right now, because she is the one that can't make you understand what her brain is thinking. She's the one that can't get up and go to the bathroom on her own. She's the one that has to be taken care of. Instead of all of her life, she's taken care of me and taken care of all the rest of the family. And now she's and she feels bad about that. I'm telling you, I just know that lady so well that she does, and she has no reason to feel guilty or bad about anything. She just needs to keep that faith, and I keep trying to just hold her tight and let that faith flow from me to her, because God's holding me tight, and I can feel that faith. I can feel that strength coming from God, and I know that it is. I know that it is. So I think that we're just in a little period of time right now where we're just sort of treading water, but we're not sinking. And we won't sink. We will not sink. We're gonna conquer this. And I keep telling Chris, the battle is the Lord's, and we're going to fight this battle with Him. And He's equipped us very well to fight the battle. Very well to fight the battle. We had a great week, this week. We've been here at the ranch. Chris did have rehab Monday and Wednesday. She got rehab again coming this next Monday and Wednesday, tomorrow. And then Wednesday, we'll leave here at 6 o'clock in the morning, as a matter of fact. So it's going to be a short night for Jimmy for sure. But we'll leave at 6 o'clock in the morning and head to Tulsa and do the rehab up there. And then I've got some meetings on the telephone tomorrow afternoon with one of our great sponsors, Bass Pro Shop and Tracker Marine. And we've been with them forever. They're just like the greatest place in the world to buy fishing tackle and buy boats and motors, and they're just great people. Johnny Morris, my buddy there, has probably done more has done more for conservation than any person in the history of America. He's just been the greatest conservation of all time. Spends millions and millions of dollars to make fishing better for all the rest of us. Now he fishes too, so he's making fishing better for him too. But that's how much he loves all of the fishermen in the country, and he just wants to have better fishermen. And we want it to be better after Johnny and I are long gone, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years from now. We still want fishing to be great, and so be visiting with my buddies from over there, my friends in the marketing department there at Bass Pro Shop tomorrow afternoon. Really looking forward to that conversation. Just great people to work with, and we've been with Bass Pro Shop for a long time. Great company. This week is going to be another great week, because Chris is going to be here at the ranch with me all week long. And we've got Monday, and then we got Wednesday rehab. Wednesday we get 1 o'clock, so we don't even have to leave here till 10 o'clock in the morning. But I'll be here all this week, and I may get to fish a little bit off the dock. I did not get to fish any this past week. I've only actually fished those 2 days at Table Rock. Y'all remember when I fished those 2 days at Table Rock? That was back the 1st of August, and now the month is completely gone. I haven't got to fish anymore. That's crazy, but we've just got a lot on our plate right now and doing an awful lot of stuff, and just have not had time to go fishing. The fish are biting. As a matter of fact, my buddy Larry Sissel came down this week and helped me install our lift, our Hoyer lift, so we could lift Chris up and put her in the hot tub. And I did that one night, and it scared her. One of the reasons it scared her, and we got the lift installed great. It's a tremendously great, heavy-duty, really tough lift, a great lift. It works perfectly. There's a few things they need to think about a little differently. The deck mount that we built for it did not have a hole cut in the very bottom of it, so when you put the lift down in it, a little bit comes out the bottom, and so we had to do that. We had to take it to a machine shop. Apache actually took it to a machine shop where it used to work, and they cut that hole in the bottom for it. That hole should have already been there, I'm just saying. When you install it in a deck, when you fit it down in there, it doesn't all fit in that. A little bit goes down below, which makes it stronger. That's a good deal. But the hole needs to be in that because individuals can't do that. It has to be done at a machine shop. So that was kind of a bad deal. The batteries had a situation where the batteries click in. There's a little lever that you pull that's supposed to pull the two little pins back as it slides in, and the lever, the pins are not coming back all the way. So once you get the battery in, you can't get it out. Also, you can't charge it while it's in its holder. You have to get it out of the holder. So we managed to fool around there and pry that out, and we took and grinded the two little knobs down, and now they fit in there perfectly. And that was the only those two things right there. Other than that, everything was there and easy to install, and it just worked out great. And it'll hold, that lift will lift up to 400 pounds. Chris weighs 128, so we're in good shape on that. But the lift comes with a sling. Can you believe that? That I just could not believe at all. The lift does not come with a chair that a handicapped person can get in and be put in but it comes with a sling. And when I lifted her up in the sling, she just panicked and she started almost tipped over upside down. Why in the world anybody would send a lift out with a sling on it for somebody that's handicapped? It'd probably be kind of scary for somebody that wasn't handicapped to get in that thing. But anyway, I assured her everything was fine, and I got her in the pool, and she enjoyed it. She didn't move around too much, but we are in the process of ordering a chair right now, so we can put a chair on that deal. I don't know why it doesn't come that way. They should not sell them with a sling. They just absolutely should not do that. Maybe some people use it and like it. I have no idea. But you pay quite a bit of money for one anyway, and we got a really good one. So it sure ought to come with a sling. I'm just saying. That's just a country boy philosophy right there. It should come with a sling, and I mean, it should come with a chair and not a sling. It came with a sling. Should not come with a sling. Should come with a chair. And I think maybe with that chair, we might be able to just set her down in there in the middle of that with all that water going around and feeling real good without her even getting out of the chair. And then we just lift her back up, stand her up, and put her back in her wheelchair and go in and go to bed and have a really good night's sleep. And I think the hot tub is really going to help her. I turned it down to 95 degrees. Jack told me that she should be 95 because of blood pressure and a stroke victim, and I've had it at 101. There's a lot of a difference between 95 and 101. There sure is. You can see what a difference there is for fish, because fish's body temperature is whatever the water is. So when that changes 5 or 6 degrees, you can see how big effect it has on the fish. But at any rate, Larry came down, and of course Larry got to fish a little bit while he was here. Once we got that in, he went out one morning before we started working and fished a couple hours, and I think he caught about 28 that morning or something like that. But the next day, my buddy Tom Donlan come down. Tom and I have been friends for a long time, and Tom's girlfriend has got a son named Michael. I think Michael's 12 or 14 years old. I think maybe he's 14. But he just loves fishing, and he just fished and fished and fished while he was here. He fished off the pier, and so I couldn't go because I had to be with Chris all the time, so I was going to send him out in one of my tracker boats and let him fish. But then Larry was here, and I asked Larry, I said, "Can you take Tom and Michael with you?" And he said, "Sure, I'll take them. I'd love to." And so they actually fished in Larry's Ranger boat, and they caught 59 that day. They caught 59, and they quit at like about 1 o'clock or so. And Michael caught 17 bass. He caught his PB. His PB up to that time was only about 2.5 pounds, and he caught one over 5 pounds. I think he caught it on a whopper plopper is what he said. But they caught a lot on Lucky Strike worms, and just really had a great time. And so I got a lot of enjoyment out of the fact of how excited Michael got about catching fish. I just love it anytime I see kids catch fish or hear about kids and listen to them tell the story. And he told me about one time that one hit him right on his rod tip and on that whopper plopper, and there was 4, 5, or 6 with it. And Larry dropped a worm down there and caught it, and then he he didn't catch his. It actually came off, but he just got so excited telling me that story. Of course, I've seen that happen a lot in my lifetime, and it excites me every time it happens, and it excited him also. But so I didn't get to fish, but I got to enjoy them getting to fish a little bit, and hopefully maybe sometime in the next couple of weeks I'll get to go fish a little bit more. It's really been hot here in Oklahoma. We were promised 89, 90 degrees, and now we're still back up around 94, 95, and it's very humid. These little cloud cover that's come in, I think from the hurricane, and I felt a few sprinkles of rain even while I've been out here, and it's not supposed to rain at all. But I think this is just some of that outskirts of it. But anyway, we had a great week. We're looking forward to another great week this next week, and we've got some appearances coming up pretty soon. I'll be down in McAllister, Oklahoma, which is only about 100 miles away from me right here. I'll be at McAllister at a big church event down there on Saturday night, September 11th. Saturday night, September 11th in McAllister, and I don't know if that's men, women, children, and everything, or just a men's event, but it's a great event, so really looking forward to that. I think it's a wild game feast or something, a fish fry or something. But anyway, we'll have a lot of fun at that. We will be over at Grand Lake in September also. September is just right couple days down for the big Tracker $1 Million tournament. I don't know how many of you are entered in that tournament, but I'm sure they've got a full field. The winners, you got to be an amateur fisherman. You can't be a tournament fisherman. That is won money in tournaments. You got to be an amateur fishing. The winner then, the qualifiers, all the tournaments they've had around the country are then going to be over at Table Rock in October. I'll be at that event also. So any of you that are around McAllister, Oklahoma, Saturday night, September 11th, football season opens next Saturday against Tulane, which is down in New Orleans, by the way, and we'll be down there in New Orleans on that for that Tulane game. Oklahoma University Sooners, and we'll be down there, and then the following week, I think we play Western Carolina, and then the following week we play Nebraska. It's so much fun to play Nebraska again. So we're fired up about football season here in Oklahoma, Boomer Sooner, and so this next week's going to be a great one, just like this past week's been. Chris is going to get better as the week goes by. She's got a couple of rehab sessions, and then doesn't have to go on Labor Day. So I've got one of my grandkids coming in here, maybe 2 or 3 of them coming in here to visit for that Labor Day weekend. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and I know I'll get to take some of them out fishing. Lightning's coming, and his mom and dad, and I'm sure that I'll get to take Lightning out fishing and have somebody else maybe stay with Chris while I go out fishing with Lightning, but we should just have a great Labor Day weekend. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's just things couldn't be any better right now. We are so blessed, and I'm so blessed to have Chris back down here. She's loving feeding those deer. I'm worried about Forrest and his horns when he's feeding her. She's almost getting up in his lap. That's how what he is. And but Nina, she's kind of taking a light loving to me, and she won't hardly eat out of Chris's hand. She'll eat out of mine, but not out of Chris's. So, but anyway, it's going to be another great week. What can I say? It's going to be another great week. Guys and girls, go out there and make your week great. Go out there and make your week great. I don't know what you have in front of you this week, but whatever it is, look for the positives, look for the good things in everything you have. You know, I've found that situations that'd be 70 and 80% negative, it looks like everything is just a train wreck, and you find that 10, 15, 20, 30% positive, and you make it good, and it turns out good. God makes it turn out good. You know, we can go out and make this week great. There'll be some things happen we won't like. There'll be things happen that we don't agree with. Be some things happen that might even be detrimental to us. But we're not going to look at the bad. We're going to look at the good, and we're going to have a great week out there. I'm looking so forward to my son Jamie getting here. I'm looking forward to Lightning getting down here, and it's just going to be another great week. And you know, this hurricane, some of these outer clouds might dump a little rain on the Eagle here, and that would be good. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one this week. And remember, I sure do love you.